Galarian Corsola is back. The sequel to my first ever and surprisingly most popular deck video has arrived in the form of this Shedinja Cursola deck that I built. The basic game plan is the same. I'll just bring that back up. With Perish Body, you want your Galarian Cursola to get knocked out. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is KO'd by damage from an opponent's attack, you flip a coin. If it's heads, the attacking Pokemon is knocked out. So that strategy of the deck is unchanged. You want to just get your Galarian Cursola, throw it up front, let your opponent knock it out, and hope that you flip heads. The main difference here is that you attach Shedinja. With its Vessel of Life ability, you can discard the Nincada and attach it to one of your Pokemon as a tool card, and when the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out, your opponent takes one fewer prize card. So obviously Galarian Cursola would normally give up one prize card. You put a Shedinja up there, and it gives up 0 prize cards. So now, instead of forcing your opponent to knock out, 4 Cursola, or maybe 6 if you get lucky, you can go anywhere from like 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. Just basically, you can be forcing them to take so many Cursola knockouts, and you can go, 0 for your first 3 on flips and still win against even a single prize deck. Now, the thing that I noticed with my previous video is that Galarian Cursola's attack really sucks. It only does 60 damage. You're not knocking out a Jirachi. Maybe if they leave a Mew in the active, you're knocking that out. But you do, unfortunately, have to threaten the attack. That's why I have 4 Capture Energy and 3 Psychic. Just because if you don't have a deck that attacks, then your opponent can just hang back, just draw pass all day long and let you deck out. So you do have to threaten the attack. Otherwise, I've seen it before in earlier builds with this deck where my opponent would literally just do nothing and I would lose because you do get through your deck pretty quick. I do play the Zacian V, that is very important. The Cleffa is just sort of a single prize version of that you can easily recycle. And then I play 9 supporters, the Oak setup. You have to get basic Pokemon into play with this deck, so that's why I play so many outs to basics. And then, of course, 4 Ordinary Rod and the Sky Pillar, because Cursola has to be in the active. But enough talking, let's just get to flipping. Okay, not quite sure what this is going to be, but it might be interesting. When you're playing a Galarian Cursola deck, all you pretty much want to see is tag teams and GXs and VMAXs. The problem is those single prize decks. And this is actually a really good starting hand. I don't know if I want to start Nincada or Corsola though. Nincada only has 40 hit points. Corsola has 80. So I guess we'll just see what happens. And there's Jirachi. Okay. Another reason you don't want to start Corsola is that it shows your opponent what you have. You kind of want to surprise them. You want them to just, oh, this might be Milotic? But I thought I saw grass. That could be Eldegoss, fire, water. It'll be interesting. I don't think it's Baby Blacephalon, is it? Well, there's a Heatran, so it could be Baby Blacephalon. Okay, so they're playing their Flint. I really have no idea what I'm... Oh, another switch in there. Okay. My deck plays 0 switch cards. So if they just trap a Zacian V, then that's really bad. Okay. So there's a Shedinja. I'm going to play Professor Oak's setup. I'm going to get... And I prize the Zacian because, of course, I prize the Zacian. And I don't really want to quick ball anyone away. So I think I just get Cleffa. No, because I'm going to Marnie next turn, so it doesn't really matter what I get. Just they have to be of different types. Search deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon of different types. So unfortunately, I have to get, Ditto or Cleffa or something. I would play the Professor Elm's Lecture because, that is rotating, so it makes sense to play it in a deck that's all about rotation. But Professor Elm's Lecture, let's see. Galarian Cursola has 80 hit points. Professor Elm's Lecture, they have to have 60 or less. So it's perfect for Ditto, Nincada, Shedinja, Cleffa, but it's horrible for Corsola and Cursola, which is the main part of your deck. So what are you supposed to do? And I'm just going to have to take this hit, unfortunately. But, this is a pretty straightforward battle, It's going to come down to coin flips. Well, it's going to come down to whether I get a Cursola. That's going to be number 1. Okay, I got a Cursola. We're all set up. Everything's fine. And I don't think I quick ball. I think I just want to save everything in my hand for later. There's another Cursola. Okay. So I think I do that. And I mean, clearly they're going to be a GX deck, right? Because if I Mysterious Treasure my Lure Ball, I'm kind of setting myself up in a position where, you know, this is all I have. So I think I just go get Cursola, because if I just leave a Ditto there, it's like, well, obviously I'm going to knock out the Ditto if you're my opponent, right? So I'm just going to put Vessel of Life and pass. And I do play energy, as you saw in the beginning. I do play energy in the deck. This isn't just hope your opponent attacks you. I will attack them back. And is this just a straight... Okay, I was like, is this just a Heatran deck? Whoever has played it, just a Heatran deck. But unfortunately, break my heart. Okay, and the Victini... I mean, once that's knocked out, it's gone. It could be slightly annoying. But I think this is just going to come down to coin flips. I don't remember what my first video, what I went was, but it was like, it had to have been like 2 for 50, right? Something crazy, something stupid. And if you did watch my original video, obviously you'll know that I don't have the best luck when it comes to coin flips, and there goes Reshizard. That is bad. Well, they don't have boss's orders, so that's good. But yeah, for some reason, I never flip well with this deck. Which is why when I took this build, this new build, the Shedinja Cursola build, when I took that online for the first time, I faced a Greninja and Zoroark deck. They took 5 knockouts, resulting in 1 prize, and I took 0 prizes. Yes, I went 0 for 5 on coin flips before I just conceded, because come on, I'm not going to sit through that. You know, I'm not going to let PTC Geo turn an 0 for 5 into an 0 for 6. I'm not Randall Gritchick. I'm not going to just have that big of an over. And, you know, in literally my next game after that, it was against Pikarom. They took 3 knockouts, only 1 prize, and I flipped 0 heads. So my luck with these coin flips, it's just amazing. And see, this is why I didn't leave the Ditto as a target. You know, yes, they can knock this out, but if I flip well, here we go. Oh, man. Breaking my heart. Okay. So I don't want to waste a supporter quite yet. Okay, maybe I did want to waste a supporter. I think I'll Acro Bike first, just to see what happens. There's Quick Ball and Shedinja. I think at this point, I should probably go and get Cleffa. So I will Quick Ball that. I will go get Cleffa. I will also get a Corsola. Because, I mean, this is probably going to be a loss, right? So I think I should Ordinary Rod them back in just to be safe. So I'll put a Nincada and a Corsola. And you know what? I'll Ordinary Rod again. Because I am totally flipping heads on this Cleffa. There is no way that I whiff. I think I put the Shedinja back in. Sure. And I will just thin out everything. Probably should have checked the Shedinja count, but who cares? 100% not whiffing on this Cleffa. I am 100% flipping heads. I'm very excited for this draw. And it's a tails. Okay. And part of the reason I put this in the deck is because it's a coin flip card. If it's heads, you shuffle your hand into your deck and then draw 6. And if you do this, your turn ends. The other thing is, that's kind of the thing you want. You know, you play Zacian V and Cleffa. Zacian V is obviously the better option, but Cleffa has a coin flip. So there you go. And, I mean, it'd be pretty crazy if my first game with this deck, I just don't flip a single heads. Including with Cleffa, because what's going to happen is they're going to knock this out. I'm going to have to send up this, and then if I can't Cleffa, then I'm pretty much screwed. And you'll see, this had Shedinja, they aren't taking a prize. And 0 for 3. Hey, would you look at that? Okay, so Sky Pillar is fine. So I have to, I think I will just Mysterious Treasure the Shedinja. I'm going to hold on to a few things. I just want to make sure I have the Cursola. And then I think I just Cleffa. Let's see, 0 for 4. No, 1 for 4 on coin flips. Okay, still 0 for 2 on Cursola, but that's fine. And that is a pretty good hand. And I mean, the Tool Scrapper, I mean, you can get rid of it, but I just find it that it's a bit annoying for my opponent, so it's not the worst thing to have in your deck. And they Marnied me. Of course they did. You know, even a welder deck Marnies me. It'd be cool to, I should have like a Marnie counter. How many times do I get Marnied? Okay. 1 for 3, let's do it. 1 for 3, there you go. Didn't even have to attack and I took a knockout. So there's Zacian, that is perfect. Unfortunately, I'm pretty much locked into Cleffa there. Okay, so I will put that there, I will put that there, that there, that there, and Marnie. You know, see how you like a Marnie. Okay, so there's Cursola, Shedinja, that's good. I think I just Acro Bike and hope I don't lose my Ordinary Rods. Okay, but I lost the supporter, that's almost as bad. And Acro Bike. Okay, well Acro Bike's more important than Netball at this point. And there we go. So I think I just put, I really should have been paying attention to the count of things. So I'm down 2 Ordinary Rod. But I think Cursola is the most important thing, so I'll just put 2 Cursola back in, because I have 2 Cursola. Yeah, I mean, I only have 18 cards left, and there you go. Okay. So I'm, what, 1 for 5 on coin flips now? That is, or 2 for 5? That is still pretty horrible. I guess, you know, is this more exciting than rock, paper, scissors? I don't know. I think it is, because in the Dan rock, paper, scissors deck, it didn't, you know, winning at rock, paper, scissors didn't really mean anything, right? You know, with this deck, if you flip 2 heads against a tag team or a VMAX deck, you win the game. If you win 10 rock, paper, scissors with a Dan deck, you draw like 20 extra cards. That's it. And you maybe do 60 extra damage. It's not very exciting. There's a Pokemon catcher. Okay. Please don't tell me their luck in coin flips is better than mine. Please don't tell me this. They have to flip tails at least once. There you go. Okay. Oh, they had a boss's orders all along. That's an interesting choice. But I guess it makes sense. So I have to... I don't play Scoop Up Net. No, I went very deliberate. I just want Cursola and Shedinja. That's it. So they're going to have to take at least 3 knockouts unless they play a Tool Scrapper or they have another bosses. Okay, so Vessel of Life. Do that, do that. A Marnie. Is it worth taking the risk of putting someone else? Well, I definitely want to get rid of these things. There and... oh, I'll do that. There we go. Okay, well the Marshadow, I don't think that's going to come into play. I just want to put Nincada down. And the reason I want to do this is to protect the Cleffa. Quick Ball. I mean, I could go get Zacian, but if they just have another boss's orders, then it's pretty much game over. And oh man. Well, instead of protecting the Cleffa, I have exposed 2 things. Yep, and they play Pokemon Catcher and bosses, and they're just gonna flip heads all day long. Nope. You're gonna have to go through the thing. Gonna have to do it, not take a prize, and I'm gonna top deck exactly what I need. And come on, just go for it. You know how this game's gonna end. It's either gonna win. It's either gonna be me flipping heads or okay. But I mean, if not for Shedinja, the game would have been over already. Maybe that would be a blessing, but the game would be over. And there's Zacian V. I mean, I have to assume they're out. Like, I just need to draw cards at this point, but if I put Zacian V into play, then that just loses me the game. Sure. Oh, jeez. Well, I mean... the original Cursola video is my most popular PTCGO video. And there's a boss. Come on, Cleffa. Pull your weight here. So I should just never have done that, because now this is just a game losing scenario. And yep, that's the game. Well, you know, apparently people like watching this because it's my most popular video on PTCGO. And do I flip more than once? Come on, just give me this one. And they don't even give me that one. Let's go to game 2. Okay, so you might not actually know this because, for obvious reasons, but this is another day that I'm filming game 2 because I spent an hour and a half trying to find a suitable game with this stupid deck that never cooperates, and I just couldn't. You know, either I was getting off to a horrible start. You know, I always pretty much had a full bench of Pokemon. I could just never find my evolutions. Like, this is not a great starting hand unless Zacian's in the deck. Then it's pretty good. But I had the worst luck, and in the games where I was setting up and I had Cursolas in play, my opponent would just concede. That happened, I think, 3 times where, you know, they were setting up fine, and there's Zacian. Okay. And it never worked out the way it should have. I think, are you kidding me? I prized 3 Nincada. And then obviously there's times like this where you just prize all your Nincada. So I think I just Pokecom the Shedinja and go get a Ditto because I do play netball. So I have 4 Shedinja and 1 Nincada. That is not a great ratio. And there's an Intrepid Sword, so that's pretty good. So, forgetting for a second that this is horrible, this isn't too bad. The Tool Scrapper, so I'm guessing they don't play Zeraora, so that's pretty good. Okay, I mean, please put one more tool into play, but this is pretty good. It's a multi-prize deck. I just need to flip some coins. They probably don't play Zapdos. It's probably just straight Pikarom with Boltund, so this is great. I'm going to probably Acro Bike first. There's Cleffa, so I'm going to Acro Bike first just to see what I get. That is, I mean, oh jeez, you couldn't give me any Shedinja or something? Okay, well, this is how we do it. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that the Marshadow is not a target. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to scrap that tool, I guess. I mean, no, I want them to attack with Pikarom, and I don't really want to Marnie them. So I think I just get rid of the Cleffa, go get a... I mean, I can get a Shedinja. I think this makes the most sense, and... I mean, they didn't play anything. So it makes me think they just have nothing in their hand. So I think I have to force them to be like, hey, go for that full blitz. And of course I get a Shedinja. Okay, so I want them to go for the full blitz. I don't want them to attack with Boltund. I want them to attack with Pikarom. And I want them to put down Thunder Mountain because Sky Pillar is going to be... Oh dear. Sky Pillar is going to be so important here. So please put your Thunder Mountain down. Either that or please tell me it's prized. Or if I just flip heads, then that would be absolutely beautiful. But do not electrify again. That would be worst case scenario. Do not use electrify. Worst case scenario. Just retreat your Thunder Dog. Oh, use electrify. Okay. Well, I have to hope that you can't find your Thunder Mountain or any stadium for that matter. And that just keeps getting better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that air balloon. I am going to do that because I want to draw the extra card. I did not get a Sky Pillar, and I did not get an energy. So, yeah, that went horribly. And the reason I didn't Mysterious Treasure for a Cursola is because if they're going to Tag Bolt, then they're going to pick off obviously one of the Corsolas. And I don't want to give them, you know, a Cursola because it only works if it's in the active spot. Oh, hello. Ah, oh, jeez. No. Not again. Not again. Okay, so I think I just do both. I definitely don't need to put a Shedinja back in there. Put the energy back in. I attach the Capture Energy probably to this one just in case. I get a Corsola. Mysterious Treasure. Go get a Cursola. And everything is gonna work out perfectly. I am 100% getting a Sky Pillar. There we go. Okay. And you are not going to get Thunder Mountain. Okay, Robert? You're not getting Thunder Mountain. Lure Ball is probably the perfect card in this situation. Because I can just get back a Shedinja. And I think that's the best case scenario. So I'm just going to hope for it here. And I'm just going to Intrepid Sword. Tell me you don't have it. Tell me I did not give you a Thunder Mountain or a Guzma and Hala. Either that, or please tell me Thunder Mountain is prized. I don't care if you have Guzma and Hala. Thunder Mountain's prized. You don't got it. Don't hold the suspense here. You either got it or you... Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I knew it. I knew I was going to put them into something I didn't want them to have. And just please tell me it's prized. Please tell me you prized your Thunder Mountain. Come on, this is what the delay is. You don't have Thunder Mountain. You prized it? Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, you're seeing where corner would have actually been really useful. And so I'm losing 2 Pokemon, but I'm going to be able to Marshadow. So the Marshadow is going to leave. That's fine. Okay, the Big Charm's useless. That was an interesting decision. So if the Pikarom gets knocked out, they have no energy on the field. Yes, they're taking 2 knockouts. Why are they burning their Electro Powers? That seems... Oh, but... Okay. Flip heads. Just do it. Yes! Yes! Okay, here we go. And this is why this deck can be so much fun if you flip heads, but if you flip tails, it's a horrible deck and you should never play it. But here we go. You never stood a chance, Robert. And here we go. The end of the game is arriving. I'm just gonna get rid of that Thunder Mountain for you. I know it's in the way. And I think I Acro Bike. Don't give me 2 Ordinary Rods. There's a Sky Pillar. That is... You know, I say it's useless now, but it might come into play later. But... I mean, if they play Wondrous Labyrinth... You know, I think I'm just gonna put Sky Pillar into play. No, I won't. I won't do that. That would be bad. And then I think I just want to... How many evolutions do I have? I have 2 evolutions in there. I think it makes the most sense just to get rid of that Nincada. Oh, okay. That is wonderful. So the Marnie is the right call here, I think. And that is exactly what I wanted. Okay. So I'm going to corner the Boltund. So I am going to have to 4-shot this thing, but if they can't retreat it, then they're in a really bad position. And so I'm going to want to Ordinary Rod, probably the 2 Corsola back in, plus the energy. Okay, never mind. And there's all my evolutions. Okay, so this might just be a concede because they don't have Thunder Mountain. They're just going to have to use Electrify. They probably don't have any energy left, to be honest. Maybe just 1? Yeah, they only have 1 energy left. And I'm going to corner again. And I'm going to have all my Shedinja set up. And they're going to be doing like 90 damage, but I think I should do that once just to be safe. Marnie. And I don't have any Nincada anywhere. So I should attach the energy there and just corner again. Because at a certain point, yes, you do have to attack with this deck. Because I have 15 cards left. If I Intrepid Sword again, I'll have 11 at the beginning of next turn. And this is why not having the switch cards can be a little crazy. But this is a great game. Win or lose, this is a great game. It's definitely staying in the video. And just my spirit was so crushed yesterday. Why are you using Electrify again? So, oh, okay. So what? I'm so confused right now. So I think I just attached the Capture Energy, unfortunately. I'm going to have to get that Ordinary Rod, though. That's a little sketchy. So the Capture Energy is going to go there. I'm going to Marnie. Yes, definitely need that Ordinary Rod. There we go. Do both. And then, yeah, so I'll put the 2 Corsola back in. And yeah, just Intrepid Sword. Hopefully they do knock this out, because if they don't knock out Zacian V and they have another boss's orders, then I just lose. Because the energy count here is super not great. So yes, please tell me you're taking the knockout. If they had just sat back and did nothing, they would have won. That's it. They would have won. But they got a little, oh dear. Okay. Oh no, they see it. They see it. Okay. Oh no, this is not a great game. This is bad. I did not get the energy. Okay, so Intrepid Sword. This is the one downside to playing a Zacian V in your deck, is that your opponent can just do this. Please attack. Please do me. Okay, you're not going to do it. Well, I'm guessing they just have another bosses. And my energy is on the bottom of my deck, apparently. So, yep, they're just going to try and stall me out here. I'll Intrepid Sword one more time. And so I actually do have enough energy to retreat again. Believe it or not, I do have enough energy to retreat one more time. And I do have another Cynthia, so I won't deck out. So if I just do that, so I need to Ordinary Rod, doesn't really matter what 2 Pokemon I put back in. I think that makes the most sense. And then put that back in. But if they have another boss's orders, then I'm just in a horrible position. Oh dear, please don't have another boss's order. Please, no boss's orders. Don't see the strategy. There's a switch, that's fine. I can hold out, I think, for a little bit. Maybe not too long. Okay. They can switch all day long. That is fine. I have the 2 Cynthia. I won't Intrepid Sword. The issue here is if they can just stall me long enough. You know, this is very boring gameplay. You know, I don't know why they wouldn't just concede, but you know, like I have things, you know. Like, that's a lot of cards. I still have, like, you're gonna have to do it a lot more times. And you can't retreat. So your only way through is forward, or you just have to have another boss's orders. You know, I'm guessing that this Pikarom... Oh, no, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Okay. And there's another switch. Well, we're just going to do this again, apparently. And they did it. They did it. All that for a Tails. Are you kidding me? Okay, come on. Okay, well, I got to put that down. And... I mean, I don't really want to Intrepid Sword, so sure, I'll just Vessel. How after all of that is that what happens? You know, like I can't just have the energy in my hand. I could have knocked out. I could have just taken a knockout on this Bolton, and they had another bosses. Well, you know, I think. Oh, they took a knockout. They abandoned their strategy. So I probably should have used Intrepid Sword last turn, knowing what was going to happen. Okay, so there's Netball. Let's go get a Nincada. Let's Quick Ball the Pokécom. I have to assume they've just abandoned their strategy, and I hope that is the case because things got a little boring there. I'm not going to use... Well, I mean, sure. Maybe I'll get something good off the prizes. Here we go. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what I put down, right? And you just saw a Galarian Cursola take a knockout. Okay, so I have 4 turns to win. I don't have a way of shuffling anything, and I think they're just gonna pretty much concede here. I mean, they're sending that up. I just need to hit that twice. If they don't have any more switches, well, they're down 1 switch. They have a Tapu Koko. They've already GX'd. They're down 3 switches. Yeah, there's the Mallow and Lana, so I shouldn't have been so aggressive, I don't think, but I mean, that's pretty cool. I got a peek around. I went to 1 card left, or 1 prize left, and they're going to need to use their switches. Like, I do have 3 more turns, and I'm 3-shotting. You know, they would have to retreat into that, but even then, I'd be 20 damage short. So they can't leave this active. Yeah, they have to bring up the Choo-Choo again. Oh, and they're out of switches. So they have to manually retreat? What are they planning here? This could be interesting. Do they just have it? Because if you don't have it, then I think I win. Because I can deal... Oh, okay. So you don't have another... You're out of switch. What is the plan? Okay, you can't retreat. And just, if I knew what my opponent was thinking, you know, I probably wouldn't have benched this Corsola and I would have figured out a way to get this thing up and running, but I think I'm out of energy. But, oh, please tell me I'm going to win with a Cursola deck taking knockouts. Please don't do anything crazy. Don't have another Mallow and Lana. Come on. Just pass the turn. Just do it. I'll give you that. Okay. That could be fine. I mean, you're out of switch. You've played 2 and 2. You're out of switch. You probably don't play more than 1 Mallow and Lana. If you're going for a Dedenne, you're going to see the last 5 cards in your deck, so I assume you have it. Like, I want to give you a well played, but I don't... Hey, Galarian Corsola! And I can't see their deck list, but that was a pretty long game. I might try 1 more. But this video is not going to be as long as the other one, because the other one literally took me 7 or 8 hours to upload. Yes, that is my upload speed. Thank you for being sympathetic. So I'll try 1 more game. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it goes as well as this one did. Okay, Dragon Metal. So this could be ADP, and that would be slightly interesting. And I definitely want to go first, because if it is ADP, I don't want them to get their alter creation off that soon. Okay. So what am I doing here? What is the game plan? I think if it is ADP, really don't deviate from the game plan. The Quick Ball is going to have to be saved for Zacian for sure. And then, okay, so I think I Quick Ball the Net Ball. No, I need to see what's in my deck. So Zacian's in the deck, Cleffa's not in the deck. So what I'm going to do is Quick Ball the Energy, go get Zacian, and then just hope that the Ditto doesn't get knocked out. If the Ditto gets knocked out, then that's kind of unfortunate. But, you know, I have Professor Oak set up for next turn. That just lets me put up to 3 basic Pokemon of different types onto my bench. I think it'll realistically only be a 2 because the Ditto's in the field, the Zacian's on the bench, the Cleffa's prized. So I can put a Nincada and a Corsola on the deck or on the bench. You know, I do play Pokemon of other types. You know, there's Metal, there's Colorless, but when they're either on the field or in the prizes with the Fairy, then not much you can do. The good news is this should be a much faster game. The last game kind of took a while. Okay, so yeah, just 1 of each. That's fine. It's a Pokemon fan club. Who cares? Okay. So I need to do that. They're probably just going to have a Chaotic Swell. I don't think the Marshadow is going to come into play here. So I'll just get that up and running. Okay, and I think getting rid of the Acro Bike is probably the safest bet. Sure, I'll get another Corsola just to have it. And I mean, the odds of them actually doing something this turn besides Alter Creation are extremely low. And so I think I'm safe. And the interaction is pretty cool because they take an extra prize when they use Altered Creation, but when they take a knockout, they take one less prize. So it's pretty much the same thing. They're just taking one prize at a time. Okay, so there's not really anyone I want to put back in the deck. I think I just Marnie and see what happens. There's a Capture Energy, that's really good. And in case they try to Fion me or something. Okay, so I'll do Vessel of Life there. I will get Nincada. So hopefully they didn't get Marnied into a bosses, or else this is a very bad decision. And I think I do that just to get another. Yes. And then Intrepid Sword, and yeah, just hopefully they don't have anything good going on in their hand. Okay, well that's pretty good. Wait, is that that's the Gyro unit one? That's not the Draw Cards one? That's weird. I mean, I get it. They're playing lots of basics, but you'd think if you're playing Sylvalia in a deck in this day and age, you're playing the Cosmic Eclipse one that lets you draw cards. Okay, and remember when I said this was going to be a fast game? Well, maybe not. And, I mean, if you play Crushing Hammer, you may as well try and use it, right? So, I probably won't be doing much attacking this game because things are about to ramp up pretty quick. And, okay, I'm going to have to run really quick because the air just came on. Okay, they're going to use Stellar Wish. I'm going to run. Okay, I'm back, and apparently they used Intrepid Sword. That is weird. Okay, I'm just sort of going a little autopilot here, and I think I'm just gonna keep passing, and yes, you can probably still hear the air in the background, but that'll go away in a second. Yeah, I'll probably put that there. You know what? I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm not gonna bench anyone else. We're just going coin flipping the rest of the game. Whoever you want to take the knockout with, go ahead. I don't care. And there's bosses. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's gonna come down to coin flips. It's not a big deal. Go ahead and take out my Zacian. Take 3 prizes. That is totally fine. And in hindsight, maybe I should have... did I not Intrepid Zord last time? That would have been a good idea. There's a Marnie. Sure. And yeah, I'm just going to pass. You know, you want to attack and do all this crazy stuff, go for it. Okay, come on. Panchit X? Come on, just go for it. We all know how this game's going to end. Don't try and search for your Tool Scrapper or anything. Don't do anything Mallow and Lana. Just attack with ADP turn after turn and see what happens. You know, I'm just out here to have fun. Flip some coins. There's a Mallow and Lana. That doesn't really matter, but I guess that's their switch card. Just come on. You're going to have to, you know, this can end in a draw, and that would be hilarious. And they're using Intrepid Sword. Well, this is boring, isn't it? Okay, well... You know, I think they could have played the Mallow and Lana, right? And sure, you wanna waste time? Let's waste time. And somehow I didn't get an energy. Okay. What's my energy count? I only have 1. I mean, come on, I'm trying to find energy. It's not like I'm not doing that. Okay, you're all set up. You have your 3 attackers. What could you possibly need at this point? You don't need that. You don't need Metal Frying Pan. Just retreat your Jirachi. Okay. Let's get to flipping. There we go. Okay, just attack with ADP. Don't attack with Zacian V. Oh, jeez. You're just gonna... Okay, please take the knockout here. I don't want them to have to do all that retreat business. Yes! So I'm taking 2 prizes. They are taking 1 prize. And the only way I can do anything is that this could end in a draw. That's it. I cannot win this game. Just the way the prizes work out. I'm not even going to take my turn. With the way the prizes work, this can only end in a draw in the best case scenario. You know, I'm just trying to get this game in real quick. Don't throw the crushing hammer out there. We all know how this game's gonna end. Don't Intrepid Sword. You know, why did you send the Jirachi up there anyway? We're just trying to have fun out here, and you're actually playing PDCGO. Thank you. Oh, you're Intrepid Sword. Okay. Well, I can't use corner. Well, I guess I'm going to have to, right? So I'm just going to put the 1 energy back in. I'm going to thin out like every card. Sure. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I can't use the Lure Ball because if I flip a bunch of heads, I have to get the Pokemon. Okay. I'm just going to corner your Jirachi twice to knock it out. Because then I can actually win the game, which would be the most hilarious thing in the world. But, I mean, wouldn't that just be amazing? If I knock out this Jirachi, they're out of switches, they can't retreat, and then they come up with ADP, and I just win. That would be hilarious. But I think they're going to attack with Zamazenta or Zacian, so that wouldn't really be a big deal. But that would be pretty hilarious, don't you think? But of course, my opponent just has no chill. They're actually playing Pokemon cards. You know, I'm just on another level here. You know, I'm playing in 4D. They're playing in 3D. You know, I mean, what else is gonna happen here? There's Sonia. Okay, probably not what they want. And yeah, Gyro unit. Your basic Pokemon in play have no retreat. Oh, they have. And they healed the Jirachi. Okay, well, you're probably going to attack with Zamazenta. And let's do it. Let's just bam, flip that head. No. Okay, well, you know, I haven't really been keeping track of coin flips here, but I know I'm well below 50%. So let's just do it right here. Am I going to end the game with the coin flip heads, or is this just going to be another fail of a Cursola video? You know, post-rotation, okay. Post-rotation, I will revisit this at some point. You know, I'm probably going to wait for a card that's actually helpful to it. Glimwood Tangle doesn't help because it's not an attack, and it ends how it began. Well, that's the end. Let's see, it keeps track of coin flips, right? Heads flipped, tails flipped. I feel like it was more than that, right? Do they flip the coins? Yeah, they flip the coins. Not me, right? What? That's interesting. I don't remember. Oh, they flipped Crushing Hammer. Still, that was not the greatest game. I'm sorry. Cursola, 2 videos, 2 horrible outcomes. One day I'm going to make a Cursola video that is just 100% coin flips and I win every game, but that is not today. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow. I have no idea what the video is going to be, but it'll be something. I'll see you then.